God, I hate that phrase. Let's go. Bam. We're live. Welcome back to the final day of something. I want to thank everyone at Wodapalooza who's given us crazy access, been crazy polite to us. Guido, Dylan, Shayna, Shauna, Karina,
Sasha.
Sasha has been absolutely spectacular with tolerating me not being able to remember her name. It's because I don't talk to her, but I do talk to Dylan and Guido. I mean, I'd rather fuck up Sasha's name than I used to call Guido.
I bet that pissed him off.
No, he's heard that his whole life.
Dude, I don't know.
It's probably true.
When you give someone money, you start to own them. When you give someone access to something that allows them to make money, you start to own them. And you have to understand that everyone has a price. Just it's like you know what I mean? Like the guys who nailed Jesus on the cross, they had to nailed him on a circle for 50 cents. They had just changed the shape of the thing. Like anyone can fucking be bought. You go to a fucking hotel and you check in and you hand every person, you bring $400 with you, and in the first 20 people you see, you give $20 bills. Your stay at that hotel totally changes over the next week. You have to understand that every single fucking person can be bought. When I say something on this show and someone who's running Wodapalooza calls me and says, please don't say that anymore, I stop saying that. You know why? Because we make $400 in donations on this show a day, and that's how I fucking put food on my table. Everyone can be bought. Everyone. And it's okay. Don't judge them for it. It's your fault. You're pissed off and you're angry because you didn't pick up on it. Because you're stupid.
Were you guys just talking about why I'm sponsored by Monster?
I'd chug the fucking CEO of Monster's cock to pay my fucking mortgage. Right after I put down 2 energy drinks. Listen,
zero sugars, man. Come on.
Everyone can be bought. Don't forget it. And people are so cheap. You can buy anyone.
I'm unbuyable.
For cents.
You're right.
For cents. For $20, I'm SMTP would turn into just all torque tank pushes. You have to understand that. And it's your fault for believing it, not the people who can be bought. Being upset that people can be bought is like being upset that the sun comes up in the morning. You are not taking personal responsibility and accountability for being aware of what's going on around you. Everyone can be bought. Now, here's the thing. Imagine a company that owns everything that you hear, everything that you see. And you know this. This company owns everything you hear and everything you see. They own it. They control everything you own and everything you see. Now look at, there's already fucking a denier, and there's already a denier. There's already a fucking denier. I can give you one. Cole, you need $20 to buy medicine for your mom before she's gonna die. And I tell you, if you don't suck my cock, I'm not giving you that $20. Let me tell you, buddy, you take down some of that life force in 2 seconds. Don't lie to yourself, buddy. Yeah, I know there are lots of deniers. Yeah. Sevan woke up and chose violence. Remember, it's your fault if you believe it. It is a given. It's not. Don't feel bad about it. Don't feel bad about it. Take responsibility and just know. Just wake up. Stop fighting the truth and wake up. And just know that we can all be bought. And then adjust accordingly.
Good Morning America is brought to you by Pfizer.
CBS Health Watch sponsored by Pfizer. Anderson Cooper 360. Brought to you by Pfizer.
ABC News Nightline.
Brought to you by Pfizer. Making a difference. Brought to you by Pfizer. CNN Tonight. Brought to you by Pfizer. Early Start. Brought to you by Pfizer. Friday night on Aaron Burnett Out Front. brought to you by Pfizer.
This week with George Stephanopoulos is brought to you by Pfizer. Today's countdown to the royal wedding is brought to you by Pfizer.
And now a CBS Sports Update brought to you by Pfizer.
Meet the Press data download brought to you by Pfizer.
This portion of CBS This Morning sponsored by Pfizer. On how to find the hidden sugars in the American family diet. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Bill Gates' advice on how to combat mistrust in science at 60minutesovertime.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
You really need to get vaccinated.
You know, COVID vaccines are now available for children 5 years and older. And the more people who get them, the better we're going to be able to help stop the spread of COVID.
Welcome to the Sevan Podcast, brought to you by Paper Street Coffee, my favorite coffee that I chug every morning, first thing when I wake up after I answer a few DMs. Thank you for joining us. The only show on the internet that can't be bought, well, unless you give me $5, I'll say whatever you want in the comments. Cole Solomon, how does your programming compare to HWPO? I'm genuinely curious.
Can I spend 2 minutes and answer that?
Of course, buddy. Of course. It's all sorts of public service announcements today.
Dope. So first off, Cole, if you go to our website, you get a 7-day free trial, so you can check it out. I'd say the biggest difference to the 60 track is that there is way more similarities between my program and the core methodology of CrossFit than HWPO. HWPO has a lot of good fitness and a lot of redundant progressions that you will see fitness with, but it's nowhere near as varied as SMTP. We still have structured strength progressions and skill progressions, but the variance is amazing. And that's why, you know, most of us started CrossFit because we got tired of the Globo gym and doing the same thing every day and not seeing the results we wanted and getting bored and not having fun. And SMTP 60 is a lot of fun. You get a ton of variance. The workouts are amazing. So you can try that. The compete track is different in a similar sense in that 99% of athletes that are competing do not need 12 weeks of the same rowing progression or 12 weeks of a squat cycle. No one here in this chat is fit enough to where they can take 12 weeks off of something else to dedicate it to just rowing or to dedicate it to just squatting. Meaning if an athlete is on the bubble for semifinals and they have a big deficiency in the rowing, but they're also not that great at muscle ups or gymnastics, they spend that 12 weeks just rowing, and that time they spent just rowing isn't addressing their gymnastics deficiencies, they're going to get that much worse at gymnastics, and now they've got 2 holes. So most athletes can't afford to dedicate so much time to one thing. They have to stay true to the core methodology of CrossFit, and that is variance. And my program does that better than anyone else with structured lifting progressions. So if you check it out, just hit the trial, see for yourself. It's the shit.
Are there any rumors to this being true that actually you are a subscriber to HWPO and you basically just copy their programming identically, except you've just pulled out the tread climber since they don't sponsor you?
I pulled out the tread climber and the weekly sandbag echo bike workout. I've only ever seen, truth be told, I've only ever seen a handful of HWPO workouts, and I don't think they're even flagship or pro workouts. They were workouts written specifically for Jason, just training with him. So I have never seen any HWPO stuff. I follow what I follow and choose to look at most closely is .com, JR stuff. When I first got into CrossFit, I looked at a lot of Misfit, but the guy who was programming for them doesn't work with Misfit anymore. I think he's...
Who is that? I
believe his name is Seth. And he just writes he writes some elegant stuff. He's a good program designer. Otherwise, people don't really put out a lot of content anymore on their workouts. I mean, I watched a ton of the behind the scenes stuff. I used to follow like those CrossFit workouts with James and Rich working out all the time. Like that stuff.
You've gone way over your 2 minutes. You've gone way over.
Okay, last thing. Somebody asked about a hat. There's only fucking 20 of these bitches right now.
I have one.
And if you, well, Sevan has the other batch of 20. If you want one of these motherfuckers,
Hey,
Sick
they're
as
nice
shit.
too. I stopped wearing hats 2 years ago, and actually I wear that when I'm out in the yard and shit. I actually look kind of cool in it. I look like Tom Selleck with that shit on.
Send me a DM on Instagram, and they're $25, and I'll get you one. I'll
Is it
send
a
you one.
snapback or is it a Velcro?
Snapback, baby.
Velcro.
Yeah, what the fuck? He's too
Hey.
tactical.
Let me see yours. Are there really no Velcro is not tactical. Tactical guys don't want Velcro.
Or is it one of these? You should start using these.
A buckle
Hey,
back?
that's the old
No.
man. When I started accepting the buckle, I knew I was old. I got some buckles now. I'm like, God,
It's
you're
the
old.
new
yeah, dude.
buckle back is the new hipster shit. The new young kid. It is. They let the
man.
little thing. They connect it to where like the little thing hangs over the side, like that. You can see the little tag when you're wearing it. It's fucking-
I just feel like an old guy. I just feel like I'm 100.
What setting do you go on your hat? My friend Jake goes on the 1 dot. His head is so fucking big.
Yeah, I go as big. I just started the biggest and worked my way in. On another note, I want to show you. I found the 2 hottest girls in the world on Brian Spin's Instagram account. I apologize to JR. JR thinks his wife is the hottest girl in the world. So these are 2 of the 3 hottest girls in the world besides JR's wife. Can you pull up this Instagram account? This one girl, I can't believe I've never seen this girl before. And I was showing Caleb this morning, and he's like, hey, dude, that's the way all the girls are over there in Invictus. But there's this girl there, Laura Stallwood, and this other girl, Emily something.
Lugman.
I swear to God, they need to be the next Charlie's Angels. Here's what's crazy about this girl, Stallwood. This girl looks like she probably looks like, not this girl. I mean, this girl's hot as shit too, but look at this other girl. This other girl looks like she looks like this when she falls out of bed in the morning. Like if you go to her Instagram account, that's just like a girl. That's just like she's a 10, like no matter when you wake her up. That girl's, don't get me wrong, that girl's smoking, dude. Yeah, that girl on the left there. She's ridiculous. Anyway, someone get her autograph at Wodapalooza. These girls are nuts. Oh yeah. Pull up that picture. This is I'm getting a membership in Invictus. Look at this. This is nuts. That's Devin Kim on the left, and that's definitely a Weiss. I don't know which one in the middle.
Brittany.
And those other 3 chicks, like, are God, it's nuts. So it must be nuts working out there. Anyway, that I saw that Brian Spin once again killing it. I know, right? Like Jiggy Josh, right? It's crazy. Yeah, and she's probably a couple of those girls are moms.
Yeah, Emily is a mom for sure.
These girls are nuts, but I just can't believe that I want to know. I want to ask that Stallwood girl if she really just looks like that all the time. Like she doesn't got nothing done to her. She doesn't look like she's been genetically modified or she just like Taylor. Taylor just looks like that when he wakes up in the morning. JR is not always that handsome. He has to part his hair to the side and he has to do some stuff. He quaffs a little bit. I guarantee you JR wears lotion on his JR, you wear lotion on your face, don't you?
What is quaff?
You're muted. You're muted.
I have very oily skin. I do not wear any kind of lotion.
Wow. I thought for sure you were the guy like my dad wakes up in the morning and puts like a dot here, dot here, dot here, and then rubs it all. You don't do that?
No way. Angela, to answer your question, no, I'm not sponsoring their team, but Jason trains like exclusively at Crash. So he registered their team and just put their gym was CrossFit Crash. No sponsorship.
God, I love Jason. He's a good dude. It's integrity. Okay, today let's bring up the leaderboards. You guys, I know we're 14 minutes in and we haven't talked one reason why the true reason you guys are here. Stallwood's from New Zealand. Wow. And I don't think they're notorious for having hot people, are they? They're usually all fucked up looking, like too much inbreeding. Okay. We got facts. It's a show of facts. You are here because we are on day 2 of Wodapalooza 2023. This has been an amazing event. There's very few events, if any, that I've kind of wished that maybe I was there so I could have seen this. If you have a front row seat here, you get to see some of the greatest movers the sport has ever seen move. You get to see their bodies twist and turn. You get to ooh and ah, and you get to see some outstanding performances. In first place is Team BPN. Well, do we want to go through? Do you want to name who knows like these 5 teams here? Who can tell us all the people who are on these teams?
Team BPN is Laura Horvath, Gabby Magala, Jamie Simmons. The daughters' feet MOB is Annie Catron and Mal O'Brien. All American girls are Brooke Wells, Amanda Barnhart, and the third athlete is Christy O'Connell. Humble Killers is, Alex Kazan, Carrie Pierce, Ariel Lowen. Go Wad Girls, drawing a blank. There we go. Jackie Dahlstrom, Sola Sigurd, her daughter, and Emma McQuaid.
Look at that's like all I'd say like the only like borderline non-superstar in the pack. I mean, maybe she's a superstar in someone else's mind is like Sola, but Sola's climbing in there in my mind. I've seen her so much this weekend. These are like, yeah, let's just throw Sola in there. Sola, today you get your black belt. You are officially one of the queens of CrossFit. What an incredible event. Very close. So this is the point spread. 360, 355, 337, 330, and 305. There are how many workouts left, JR?
4 scores,
Four
right?
scores, yeah. 4
Okay.
scores.
400 points. No one ever answers that question, how many workouts are left, when I ask it in regards to this event, because there is some interesting scoring going on. Some of the events have 2 scores. Some events have 2 scores that are 100. Some events have 2 scores that are 200. So I think that's better when they say 400 points left. Are all of these people in contention? Like not only mathematically, but are they all good enough to win? Taylor?
I think Team BPN and the daughters are good enough to win. I think potentially the athletes on All American Girls are good enough to win, but man, it's tough with this field. I don't think anyone's going to beat Team BPN or the daughters. I think it's between them 2 for the first spot.
Barbell Spin chimes in, hearing that the final men's and women's heat for all events will go back to back today. What does that mean, JR, when he says the events are going to go back to back? Haven't they been going back to back already?
No.
He's saying I think that they'll do like heats 1 through 3 of, let's just say, the males, and then they'll save the last heat of males, and then they'll go heats 1, 2, 3 of females, and then go back. So kind of like the regionals used to do for the last workout.
Okay, so the 2 ass heats go first.
I think that's what he means.
So normally they separate, they partition the events by men and women, but now they're going to start partitioning them between ass and good.
I think it's just saving the final heats to go back to back.
Yeah, that's what
because
I said.
that's probably where everyone wants to. There you go. Or
Okay.
So females first, and then they'll go all male, and then the last female. Cool.
And this doesn't even really matter, right? Because there's going to be a cut right after this first event, isn't there?
Is the cut after the first one or after the second?
I think the cut's after the second event of the day.
As you guys like to say, after 200 points are allocated, then there will be a cut, correct?
The first workout's just the lift, I believe.
And the workout after that is
Kitchen sink.
Yes.
Dude, look at this. You can get your hair cut and you can get shaved there. Is that Bill Grunler?
Chase Ingram.
No, Chase, is he cutting off the stash?
Oh, let's go in there. Can we go in there and look at that? What the hell's going on there?
Will's camera.
No, we've got so
It's gone. Is that Chase?
We got Chase getting his trim right here.
Oh no!
Wow, did he get the mustache shaved off?
He did.
Is that Sean O'Malley? That looks like Sean O'Malley, not Chase Ingram.
Yeah.
So JR, is holds and climbs first or the lift off?
The lift off's first.
Yeah, I have a lift off. I have start time at 4.
Yeah,
Eastern.
so I think holds and climbs is our first event of the day.
Okay, so that makes sense. I wouldn't think the first one was at 4.
So holds and climbs is 1 score, then 3, 2, 1 lift off, their next score, then they'll cut, and then kitchen sink is a 2-parter. And that's going to be the last 200 points available.
Is kitchen sink?
Yes.
Dear Will Plummer, if you can hear me, the trick to holding your phone still is to not try to hold it still. It's a fluid motion. It's fluid. You try to hold it still, you get this shit. It's just fluid. Wow, look at that media crew there. Chase Ingram, Bill Grunler. I think that's Mike Halpin in the foreground.
Yes, that's his
I think Brian's in there too.
Mike Wade.
Hey, Will's phone's got a lot of bass. I'm sorry, what?
Great job.
Yeah, Will's doing an amazing job now holding the camera.
Mike Halpin looks like the most awkward human being ever.
What was that? Want me to tell Nikki anything?
There's Snorri.
Oh, Snorri, could you return that email I sent you about? Oh, who's Brian talking to? Who's that giant? Is that Don Fall?
No, that's not Don. I have no idea who that is. It's the guy from Sherpa Works. Sherpa Works. His shirt company.
Now it all makes sense, everything I've heard about him. Now it all makes sense.
That's Ken Wassiker.
There's Brian Spin. Oh, he's taller than I thought.
You know who Brian Spin looks like?
Who?
He looks like the guy who does garage gym reviews.
Oh, I've seen that show, but I can't picture the guy.
Yeah, he looks like Cooper. Do you think Brian Spin actually does CrossFit?
Yeah, everyone there does CrossFit.
Does he do it in his garage, or does he go to an affiliate?
Plumber, ask Brian Spin if he works out, if he trains, if he gets his swole on. Is that the same question you asked? Does he do CrossFit? Does he work out? Is that the same question or no?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I think he might have walked away.
Yeah.
Ask
he's
Brian
gone.
Friend. Ask Brian Friend if Brian Spin does CrossFit.
I will. He's
Yeah.
chatting about the ladies right
In
now.
his garage. What kind of
I knew you
programming does
worked
he
out.
follow?
I knew you worked out. How dare Taylor ask that?
Start following SMTP.
He needs to. He needs to give it a trial run.
Hey, I'm gonna start judging everyone who walks by if their shirt's too big or too small.
Dick's too big or too small?
Oh wow!
That
And so
shirt's too
Chase is 6'2", and that Sherpa Works guy is taller than him.
Wow.
Is that Ken from Sherpa Works? Or is that some other Sherpa Works employee?
I don't get this joke, but I want to. Don Fall asking for Apple gift cards from Bill Grunler too. God, I want to get that joke so bad. Brian Spin does street parking.
Hmm.
Man, street parking's getting in the open mix this year.
Hey, get the fuck out of here with that.
With what? Street parking?
Yeah, don't say that name.
Okay. Back to the leaderboard. Let's look over to the men's leaderboard. Great teams over there too, not just in the women's field. Do you want to go through these 5 teams also, Taylor?
Yeah, let's do it. First place, Patrick Fellner, Brent Fikowski, Jeff Adler, Canadian PB&J. The boys, this is going to be Travis Marino, Olsen, Chandler Smith. Team Gowad is going to be Willie Jorges, Jay Crouch, Roman Krennikov, BKG, Con Porter and Tola, Alec, Ben, and Dane Smith of CrossFit Krypton. James Sprague, Dallin Pepper, and some other dude.
That's the top 5.
And how about in this JR? How about in this group? Do all 5 of these teams have a chance of winning it, or is it a little tighter there? Is it really just between the boys and the Canadian PB&J?
I don't know, man. The Team GoWad was so impressive last night on that workout. So if they're able to like get game plans that they can execute and not have to change anything on the fly, because Jay was talking about how tough it would be to change anything on the fly communication wise, I think they could still keep climbing. But also too, let's see, one of them has to do shoulder to overhead, one has to do overhead squat, one has to do front squat. So I could see where all of them would still put up pretty good strength numbers. Whenever there's a strength test, there's going to be some outliers in the bottom that jump up and kind of mess up the leaderboard. So I don't see any of these top 5 teams having a really weak athlete that would hold them back, but we'll see. I think it's probably still between 1, 2, and 3.
I think what's most likely to happen, teams 1, 2, and 3 are in for the top spot. I think King, BK, and Friends are likely to drop a spot or 2 as the weekend finishes. I think Good Dudes may potentially have the chance to climb a little bit to 5th or 4th. And I'm not sure about Smith Bros. I think the Smith Bros will have a good showing on the lift. Not sure how they will do on holds and climbs or kitchen sink. we'll see.
And when Taylor mentions the good dudes, you can't see them on the screen now, but they are in 6th.
I think it's just a battle between 1 and 2 for the top 2 spots. I think 3 through 6 could all go in different spots. 3 through 6 by the end of the event. I think 1 and 2 will separate themselves.
I don't think Go Wad's going to drop. I think if anything, like JR said, they have the potential to climb.
Who's on that team again? The Go Wads team?
Roman Grenikoff, Willie Georges, and Jay Crouch.
Yeah, after we spoke to Jay Crouch yesterday, man, they really do believe in themselves. And then we also heard it sounds like Roman's really pushing the team. They wanted to do sets of 5 on the muscle ups, and Roman was pushing for 10.
Jay Crouch is a really, really, really strong squatter. Willie George is a good squatter as well. I'd expect Roman goes for the shoulder to overhead in their lifting portion. I think probably Jay Crouch goes with an overhead squat and Willie George hits the front squat. We'll see.
Okay, now that Taylor's mentioned it, let's look at the first workout we're going to see this morning.
I want to say in the last few months, Roman posted like a 325 for 3 push jerk, something
335 for 5.
That's insane. Yeah,
he's
Yeah.
done. Shoulder
We're 36 minutes away from
holds and climbs.
The athletes doing the workout we are about to go over right now. As Taylor just said, the name of this workout is holds and climbs.
Yep.
Holds and climbs.
Hose and climbs.
Hose and climbs. All right. Go ahead, Taylor.
So at 3, 2, 1, go. There are going to be 2 athletes holding an implement, a different implement each. They're either going to be holding a pair of kettlebells. The other athlete will either be holding a pair of dumbbells or a barbell. So they have between 3 implements to choose from. One athlete's going to be holding in the farmer's position, kettlebells, dumbbells, or a barbell. The other athlete, one of those other 2 implements.
What's the farmer's position? Just down by your side?
Down by your sides. Yep.
Okay.
So 2 athletes are holding an implement each. One athlete is completing 12 rope climbs in the men's field. Women will be completing 10 rope climbs. As soon as that one athlete completes their 12 rope climbs, and I'm assuming these athletes can switch holding and climbing at any point. So if Roman is working through his 12 rope climbs, he gets 6 reps in and he wants to switch with another athlete holding the implements, that athlete can go tag in, complete the rest of the climbs. After they finish that first set, they're going to move on to 48 synchro hang cleans. One athlete will be doing hang cleans with the kettlebells. One athlete will be doing hang cleans with the dumbbells. One athlete will be doing hang cleans with the barbell. And the synchronized portion of the rep is going to be at the rack position with your hips and knees extended, elbows in front of your implement. After they finish that first round, they'll repeat again in the same sequence, but the synchro movement is going to change to shoulder to overhead. This time, synchro portion of the rep again is going to be hips and knees extended, elbows locked out with their implement overhead and in line with the body for 48 reps. And then finally, their last round, another 12/10 rope climbs while 2 other athletes are holding the implement in the farmer's position. Once they finish those climbs with the athletes holding, they'll move on to 48 synchro thrusters. This time,
all three of them do the synchro thrusters. All 3 of them
Correct.
do the synchro. Okay.
Correct.
Here's the part I don't understand. So if JR's climbing the rope and me and you are holding like whatever we choose, right?
Yep.
And then you have to set your shit down.
Yep.
Because your grip starts to give way. That means then
all 3 of us have to move to our weighted implements and perform 6 front squats.
So JR has to stop doing the rope climb.
Yep.
Correct.
Wow, what a crazy shit show this is going to be. This is going to be wild. And
then after we do our front squats, you like, let's say you chose to hold the dumbbells.
Yeah.
And you were blowing up and you're like, God, I got to put them down. So we come back together, we do our squats. You could then say, hey, dude, switch from let me take the kettlebells, you take the barbell. So like, as I understand it, every time there's a break like that, whether you're switching from the rope climbs to the 48 or after the 48 and the next person goes to rope climb, you can choose to hold whatever you want at any time.
It would
Here's
make
the part I don't understand. If my grip breaks and now I'm punished 6 front squats. How am I supposed to pick? I didn't even get any time to rest. How am I supposed to pick it up and hold it while you continue the rope climbs?
That's the challenge of the workout, and that's why these guys are in the elite division, and you're on the couch, buddy.
And then how am I supposed to climb the ropes when it's my turn if my grip's already been shot and if it's already been taken to exhaustion?
I mean, you'd be the first athlete climbing the rope. Let's put it that way.
So yeah,
Wow.
key here is going to be,
So the pussy climbs first. The weakest guy climbs first.
Pussy climbs first, and ideally, your athletes that are on the rope climbs, the best need to be completing their 12 rope climbs in about 2 to 2.5 minutes. If they can manage that pace, just really quick touch and go rope climbs for 12 reps without exchanging, they save themselves and their teammates that 6 front squat penalty, which is just going to tack a ton of time onto the reps. So if I were these teams, the way I would attack the workout is you're attacking the holds and the climbs, athletes attacking the climbs as fast as possible. They complete them without any of us breaking, and then we rest and take a decent rest before going into our 48 synchro reps. After we finish our 48 synchro reps, we take another calculated rest. When we're ready to perform our next round, we pick up our holds. Boom. Next athlete, 12.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm thinking about it all wrong. I'm thinking you just go and try to finish as fast as you can. You're screwed if you do that. You have to have an approach to this.
Yeah, and like knowing how you're going to break on the 48.
Yes.
There's no penalty for breaks during
Absolutely.
the 48.
Absolutely.
So you don't have to do all those unbroken.
What's
So
the time cap on this?
20, I believe.
Yeah. You have a lot of opportunities for strategy here. And the key is if you have planned breaks that save you and allow you to attack the workout quickly in separate chunks, you can avoid yourself those 6 squat penalties. The last thing you want to be doing is adding repetitions to your overall workout.
Okay, so no one's holding on to anything until their fingers peel open and it falls out. That's just that you're toast if you do that.
Yeah,
Unless
you're
it's the
for
last
sure.
round.
You're toast if you do that. Unless it's the last round and you're on to your last athlete completing rope climbs and your last set of holds. You just don't want to add any reps to your workout.
If anyone in the comments knows something we hypothesized in the programming show, whether or not they're going to get to use grips for the holds.
They said they weren't briefed on that.
Okay. So basically, once you've done the rope climb too, you're at a little more liberty to war with your implement, because then you don't have to go up the rope anymore.
And here's the deal: at some point in the workout, you as an athlete, for the men, are going to have to complete 12 rope climbs if you're allocating the reps evenly. So to me, it just doesn't make sense to break your rope climbs into 2 sets of 6. These guys can annihilate 6 rope climbs quickly. They need to just get all 12 reps out of the way in one chunk and hope that their teammates can hang on to the implements. And at the end of the day, these implements are not the heaviest. It's going to be a challenge in concert with all of the other stuff going on, but every single one of these athletes can hold a pair of 100-pound dumbbells for 2 minutes.
I was going to say, like, it's going to be interesting to see the difference in speed, like athlete to athlete. Like the first athlete's going to be doing them way faster than 1 every 10 seconds. But then the second athlete, how much slower are they going to go? And it'll be impossible to know watching the stream unless you're there to just watch like one team and time stuff like that out. But it may come down to how fast the last athlete can do their 12, because the 48 thrusters at that point, they'll just go for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this pro tip has been brought to you by Paper Street Coffee. The athletes that are more advanced and smarter will all spit big loogies on their hands before this event starts. That is your pro tip, brought to you by Paper Street Coffee.
Big loogies?
Yeah, big loogie, big spit. I always spit on my hands right before I climb the rope.
You're disgusting, dude.
Fuck it. I do what I got to do. You spit on your hands, JR, before you climb the rope?
No.
Would you if how about when no one's looking? You're just working out there on the weekend.
Why the fuck would you spit?
No,
on
I
your
just
hands?
use some chalk.
Because my hands turn. I tell all my kids that too. Whenever we climb shit at the park or anything, we just spit on our hand before we go.
That seems like it would make it harder.
No, your hand's so sticky. Spit is so sticky. So sticky.
A little bit of life source on the hands, real quick.
Yeah, that's next level. Okay, so is this can't be. This must be the RX division going, right? This isn't. Okay.
This Brian Spin said RX teams are going, and they were doing all 12 rope climbs in a row, and not.
Hey, they don't look like they're climbing very high.
That's because they're doing legless, and not sure where they're going.
Yeah, why are they doing legless? Why are they?
There were 3 pieces of tape. If you saw 3 colored pieces when the elite individuals went, I would have to think it's like 15, 12, 10. So maybe they're just doing 12-foot climbs.
Would they have the elite people go up to 20, or this?
No, this isn't that workout, dude. This is totally different. They're doing GHDs here. What is this?
The chipper.
They're doing these are individuals. They're doing the chipper that the individuals did on Thursday.
Look at Heidi's already got a good seat. Heidi, did you already pee this morning, or do you think you can sit there? How's your bladder?
Yep, I'm good to go for the whole day.
Who's got a bigger bladder, me or you?
Me for sure.
Oh, all right. Well, then you're good. Then you're good to go. Thank you, Heidi. Okay, so we're gonna get a front row seat to this. This is pretty cool. She's sitting next to some creepy dude. That's fine. Take one for the team. Hey, we're gonna see some teams just get stuck, right? This is gonna be a workout where we're gonna see some one of these elite women teams just get frozen under the rope. How about the doters? Katrin and the rope aren't friends.
They're regular rope climbs.
It's regular rope climbs, so.
But her grip, I think, yeah, we'll see.
So, do you think that she goes first?
Yeah.
Yes.
She climbs the rope first, and then Annie, and then last is Mal.
I don't know.
They set Mal up to fail.
So I don't know though. Like static holds, static holds is not something people train for 2 minutes at a time. I mean, stuff like that, it may surprise some people unless they have practiced the workout before. Like I think a lot of people could be caught off guard that are really good rope climbers. It's just purely grip fatigue that goes.
And your
SMTP
hand
does
size
static holds.
Comes into play so much with static holds. Like Annie's 5'9", and Mal's what, 5'3"?
Yeah, I don't know how
Annie's
good Mal is at rope climbs.
Are probably so much bigger than Mal's. So when it comes to just holding on to something, hand size plays so much more of a factor than just grip strength.
It's interesting too because a lot of times the bigger the athlete, like you're saying, the bigger or the taller the athlete, the bigger the hands. But then are those athletes going to be the worst at the rope climbs? Sometimes body weight corresponds. Sometimes people that are heavier are great at rope climbs.
How do you warm up for this? You don't warm your grip up, right? Grip's not something you warm up. It'll just blow out, right?
Do a couple wrist circles, a little bit of fapping.
Edge a little bit. Movements. Bring yourself to the edge a few times.
Bring yourself to the
Get the forearm warmed up. Hey,
what you don't do is climb the rope a million times or do a ton of static holds, which a lot of people will be nervous climbing the rope, practicing. Like, what are you doing? Why are you practicing rope climbs?
Kettlebells and dumbbell holds, the weights are not supposed to be resting on the shoulders. Hey, can you pull up the workout one more time?
We know that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would think it's all hang position for everything, for the holds.
Right.
Hang.
Brian Spin just contributing. Your penis would look tiny in Annie's hand. He's definitely not talking to me.
Have you guys ever seen a hold where you just hold it overhead and in a competition and they see who can hold it the longest?
I've seen strongman do that back in the day.
They did that in a local competition here in Houston, and some girl held a log over her head for 4 minutes.
Wow,
they doubled the time.
Hey, most people can't even hold their hands over their head for 4 minutes.
Yeah,
I don't think I can. Hey, I want to ask you guys this real quick, just in defense of whoever's going to climb the rope last. So the person who climbs the rope last, God knows how long they'll have been in a static hold with either 50 or 50 pounds in each hand, pretty much. They also have to do 48 hang cleans, taxing on the hands, right? 48 shoulder to overhead, not too bad on the hands. And then do they do the thrusters after the rope climb? After the rope climb.
After the rope climb.
Okay. So Justine wrote in the comments here, and I'm trying to figure out whether it's too harsh or if it's true. If you're elite and get, God, she looks like Alexis Raptis in that photo. Is that not her? Is that Alexis Raptis? If you're elite and get stuck on 12 rope climbs, you're not elite. Is that true?
What's getting stuck mean? Going to failure or just going slowly?
No, basically like what we're gonna see. We're gonna see those girls in the third round just looking at the rope. You know what I mean? They're gonna make 6 attempts and not be able to touch it.
They're not gonna be able to not climb the rope. They're just gonna rest in between, if anything. When you can use your legs, everybody will be able to climb the rope.
I don't know. You remember 2017 Noah Olson blowing up on 2-2-2-3 intervals on some regular rope climbs? We'll have to see.
Hey, dude, hands are going to be so blown out. Did you remember yesterday when we saw Alex Gazan's hand give out, or 2 days ago, and then when she went to pick the bar up again, it gave out again? Like
Alex Gazan, or are you talking about Emma Carey?
Emma Carey. Maybe it was Emma Carey. Same girl to me. But you know what I'm talking about? Like once your hand gets peeled open, it's toast. You can't even feel it anymore, and that's the problem on the rope climb. You can't even feel your forearm or your hand anymore. And then climbing becomes impossible.
This doesn't make sense. What the fuck does that mean? Why would you want to hold it in any sort of active position if it's not resting on a joint or stacked over the body? That just makes no sense.
Just like this.
So that's
meaning-
interesting. So what he's saying is they just have to be held. They don't have to be held at the side or in front with the barbell.
Like
But
you
they
reported,
can't be in a rack
Taylor,
position.
like you reported. That's what doesn't make sense. Why you're giving false information.
No, I just
So
said-
John, do you think anyone with like super good, let's just take someone like Alexis Raptis, could you see someone like her just putting the bar overhead and just doing all her static holds from overhead?
Now I'm following. Do you get it now, Taylor? To preserve.
I mean,
Okay.
someone with
works-
just
if it works-
amazing shoulders like that. Yeah.
And it would work different muscles too. I think if one in particular
Just remember-
muscle is just getting super blown out, you're just trying to work a different muscle.
Just
You know what
remember,
I mean?
you've got to do shoulder to overhead for 48 reps and thrusters for 48 reps.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna predict that happens, but I mean, I wouldn't say it's impossible for it not to happen.
So
I mean, I think a lot of it's going to have to do with whether or not they can wear grips. If you can wear grips and hook your grips in on any of those three implements, then a hang hold is by far the easiest.
Much better. Yeah.
Apparently, they were holding the implements up near the shoulders. I'm not sure.
Great
sure what that
info, Mr. Spin. You gave us another 10 minutes of shit to talk about.
I'm
I
trying to
love it.
think if
Can
like,
you
held it
elaborate?
like this, like if you're
Maybe holding the dumbbells like this.
if your arms could like lock out like this, you know what I mean? It's just hanging.
I think that's an RX thing you're seeing because the RX athletes often do some fuck shit.
I'm going back into the Bayside and seeing if I can see anything to the Bayside stream. I don't see it. Is that where this is going to go on today over at Bayside? Yeah.
Yeah, Brian
that's where the ropes
Spin
are.
showed us the line 30 minutes before the event start, and it's already nuts.
Oh, thank
10:30,
God.
right?
Thank God Heidi's there already.
It's like fucking camping out in front of a Walmart on Black Friday. Have you ever
Hey, do you
done
think
that?
there's any let me ask Will this. Hey Will, plumber.
Yes.
Hey buddy, have you seen any assholes there at all this week? Have you seen any like fighting or pushing or shit talking, or have you seen security have to do anything?
Not really, no. The only time is when you're like leaving the event. People are pretty aggressive to try to get out of the stands.
Okay, so yeah, it's like getting off a plane. All of a sudden, everyone turns into the worst human being you've ever met.
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Heidi.
Hi.
Oh, hold on a second. Sorry. I'll get back to you in 1 second, Heidi. Sorry. What are we looking at here? Whose camera is this?
This is
This
Brian
is-
Spin's
This is Brian's video of the line to get into Bayside.
30 minutes prior to the event start.
Wow. Hey, dude, someone should be walking up and down that line selling CEO shirts and Paper Street coffee and handies
and SMT
corn.
programming.
Hey, it's just a menu. Do you want a handy, Paper Street coffee, or a CEO shirt, or all three for $7.95? Wow. Oh, at least the line's moving.
Hey, can I ask y'all? Go ahead, Sevan.
Are you sure? Go ahead. You got something important? Go ahead,
No,
John.
it's not important.
Okay. Heidi,
Hi.
any assholes in the 3 days you've been there?
I did see a guy get kicked out by the police and security yesterday because he would not take a seat on the bleachers, and they're being very particular about people sitting. Like, you can't be standing in the walkway or sitting on the stairs.
Wow. Do you think he was intoxicated?
Probably.
Is
And
the
they were
alcohol
like, come on, buddy, and he would not come, and the guy was like, don't make me drag you out. So it was very exciting stuff.
Yeah. Wow. You don't see that at CrossFit events. That's amazing.
Oh, yeah, it was great.
All right, I'm glad to see you have a little excitement. Hey, have you? Is there alcohol in the stands? Like, is there someone walking around like a guy with a bunch of beers in his front, like at a baseball game and peanuts?
Yes, sadly not. But you could probably do that for about 2
Damn.
minutes before this guy would kick you out.
That
right in
cop
front
is
of me.
fucking yoked.
All right, thank you, Heidi.
Yeah.
We are looking at John, the cop, with his. I love that camera. Okay, let's. Are we gonna play this? Miss Cat Shear's Instagram.
It's just a picture of him.
He's yoked, bro.
God, I hope that's the guy that tossed someone out.
He looks like a RoboCop. You know what he looks like? He looks like the fucking dude from.
A little like Ronnie Coleman.
No, he looks like the dude from Blood Diamond or The Island.
I can't even tell what he looks like because his head's down.
It's the same guy.
Yeah, I know.
That's why he can be so many different guys.
The coach from Never Back Down. That dude's fucking ripped. That's one of my favorite actors.
Souza.
Yes.
You're hot. How's the vibe there? Is it 3 days of love? Have you seen any assholes?
Yeah, a couple back alley fights, stabbing.
No.
No, man. This community's awesome. Everybody, I mean, it's one of those things where, like, if you accidentally shoulder somebody in line, both people spend like 2 minutes apologizing profusely to each other before they move on. Yeah,
okay.
this type of community is awesome. I mean, I see people trash the bullet around. People will stop and pick it up, like overly courteous. Even people in the lines are just having fun meeting each other. It's a very unique community, unique vibe.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. I remember that when we would do events in Carson, LA, the security is like, hey, I've been working here 10 years and I've never seen an event that there wasn't at least one fight. Like these are the most peaceful events I've ever seen. Okay. We are, what are we? What time do you guys have for the start of this first event? 8:31. We're 16 minutes away from showtime.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go. Let's ask Souza what he sees in the warm-up
I got
area.
a big announcement.
Oh, go ahead.
Team Shut Up and Row. Daniel Shantosh, Chris Smith, the other gentleman.
Brian Shantosh.
Brian Shantosh. Sorry.
That's okay.
Brian Shantosh, Chris Smith.
It's Daniel Tosh is the comedian. That's
you're right. Okay. They just finished that Talisker whiskey in 33 days, 17 hours, and 38 minutes to row across the Atlantic in a fucking rowboat.
Okay, let's come back to that. Susan wanted to say something. That's amazing. Susan, were you going to say something?
No, irrelevant now.
Okay. Was someone walking by the camera?
No.
Okay. Hey, what are they doing for warm-ups? What are you seeing? I see people climbing the rope. Is that dumb?
No, definitely not. I think like what I've noticed the protocol is like they'll come over to this side over here, stretch out on the grass hill, get their hands on a barbell, start moving around. A lot of them will then move over to here, get a few rope climbs in, use some of the machines, and just kind of bounce back and forth between two areas.
What do you think? What are you guys concerned with someone doing too many rope climbs for the warm-up?
Yeah, I agree with y'all. I almost feel like you want to go into this not like almost cold, like just get a little sweat going, but nothing working your grip.
I think they need to be working their synchro movements more than anything, and I think just warming up some hang cleans will be enough for the grip. Warming up the hang cleans, shoulder to overhead, and the synchro thrusters. I think they need to do some sets of that. Some work on the machines a little bit, some rowing, some skiing would help if they have access to some ski ergs. Maybe some active hangs or some scap pull-ups on the pull-up bar. Kip swings potentially just to warm up the shoulders and the hanging. But aside from that, agreed. Nobody needs to be holding the dumbbells, kettlebells, or barbell in that hang position. And they should be doing, all of the athletes, maybe 3 to 5 rope climbs total as a part of their warm-up to warm up their technique and their foot clamp.
Jake Marconi and Matt O'Keefe in the warm-up area. I think we saw that was David Katrin David's daughter also. Hey, these people are these all athletes walking around and managers and agents, or are there any just like regular Joes and media people? Is there any?
Susan could probably tell.
You asking me? Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So they're kind of actually moving some people out because there was a lot of just athletes hanging in here. But no, there's only a handful of media people. Most of this is all managers, coaches, and athletes.
Okay. Cool. And so those people that we saw asking Katrin for I think I see a CEO sweatshirt. I just saw a CEO sweatshirt. Those people, those people taking a selfie with Katrin David's daughter, those are just other athletes who are fans of hers?
Yeah, definitely. Because remember, we still got teens here. We have scaled. You have individual. You have masters. So when you see some of these bigger names walk through, they'll get stopped by a couple people to sign some stuff, take a picture, say hi, things like that. The most person that got swarmed we saw yesterday was Rich. When he got in here, he was probably here for about 5 minutes before he was absolutely surrounded. And
So
he handles it so
even
well.
the athlete
but-
area is fucked up for him.
Yeah. There's just so many divisions, right? So there's just a lot of people here. It's not like they separate elite warm up from scaled or anything like that.
Hey, Nate Williams says ask O'Keefe if him leaving is the reason it's a clusterfuck this year. It's not a clusterfuck this year, is it?
It was more of a clusterfuck last year.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is that Bruce Wayne that keeps walking back and forth in front of the No, okay. Matt, have you noticed any difference between this year and last year in terms of just like superficially how you're experiencing it?
No, not at all. Not at all. I don't think that you could make a negative comparison from this year to last year.
Okay.
At all.
I think
relatively the same.
I think last year was worse because they asked us what we wanted our fucking final workout to be.
Yeah, but wasn't that due to like the thunderstorm that came in and washed the whole thing out?
It kind of was, but to be honest, there needs to be a plan put in place prior to. You shouldn't be asking Daddy Rich what he wants his final workout to be.
I don't know if it went that way.
Wad Zombies, okay, then ask O'Keefe if him leaving unfucked it then. My goodness. We have the sharpest crowd in the podcast business.
You guys are ruthless. I would say like you can't really compare it because they had to deal with the contingency of like the weather. They had to close everybody out. The authorities, like the cops and stuff, pushed everybody out of the event last year. This year they didn't have to deal with that, so it would be a hard comparison.
Does Mayhem really have their own pastor? Are they the only gym that has their own pastor?
Like the gym chaplain.
I will say this about
they brought church with them. I love it.
I would say this about the Mayhem crew. They roll deep. It's like a rap entourage. Like they have a crew with them at all times. So it would not surprise me if they had a pastor there as well too.
Hey, that's just is that a guy or a girl on the right there? Just eating a bowl of cereal and a pair of banana hammocks.
That is a lady. Yes, she heard you. She's turned around.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. She didn't.
Oh,
It was just
I was like, oh
no. No, she didn't. You're in a earpiece. That was just good timing. So I had to take advantage of it.
My goodness. Okay. We are 10 minutes away. Let's cruise over and take a peek. Souza, do you think you can get over to the corral for Bayside?
Yeah, I'll head over there now.
Okay, thanks, brother. Miss Heidi. Miss Heidi.
Hi.
Hi. You were at the Bayside venue. That water there, is that a bay or is that the Atlantic Ocean?
It is a bay. Hence why it's called Bayside.
Okay, fair enough. Good, fair enough. Okay, and and are they clearing it out and getting ready for the first event of the day for the elite teams?
Yeah, they said it's going to start in about 10 minutes. They're rolling out the barbells now, and looks like the volunteers are just getting everything set. So it should be about a little less than 10 minutes now. Looks like they're letting people in still. The stands are not quite full. But they're just letting people in, just as this guy says, like, okay, 2 more, 3 more at a time.
Hey, point to me where the sun is. Where's the sun?
Up there.
Okay. And then which way is it headed? Which way is the head? Is it going to fall behind those buildings?
Yeah, so it usually takes a route that way, behind the big buildings there. That's why we were in the shade yesterday for a little bit. So probably this afternoon we might be back in the shade.
Okay, and here we go. Bayside, Heidi, is that a nay or the Atlantic Ocean? I don't understand. Hey, listen, is it hot there? What's the temperature there?
It feels super good. It's really hot in the sun, but it has a nice cool breeze, so it's perfect weather.
And better than last night when it got really cold.
Oh, way better. I was shivering.
Alrighty.
But I did pack 2 sweatshirts for later, though, just in case.
Hey, if you stand up and point your camera down and to the left, is that where they're lining up?
Yeah, so they're going to be coming out there and exiting there as well. And
Awesome.
down in this area, I think Will or Souza can get down closer there. So should be able to get a couple good shots from those two.
Hey, is the seating so competitive that you're afraid if you stood up and went to the edge of the railing that someone would try to take your seat?
Well, the problem is if I go to the edge of the railing, this guy right here will say, sit down. And then I'll be saying, okay.
Okay,
But yes,
gotcha.
so if I leave my seat, he will put another person in my seat so quick.
Hey, remember, everyone is purchasable. Remember, everyone is purchasable.
Right, exactly. I'm pretty expensive though, so.
All right, fair enough.
Okay.
Barry McCockner. Heidi is a meteorologist now. Sun's out with the tan lines. Barry McCockner. That was an aggressive impersonation of Heidi. Got a snow warning here last night, -4 degrees. Holy cow, really? No one will take Heidi's seat. She will crush them. Justine, Clive McLaughlin, that was a bad expression of my German humor. Okay. Okay, we have someone from Germany listening. Miami is shady. Yeah, but I don't think the event is shady. I think they do a good job of keeping that out there. Miami is shady. I definitely agree. Oh, give that guy a CEO shirt. Totally. All righty. So the event has a 20-minute time cap. How many heats, guys? 3 heats?
3. We are assuming 3 heats of men, 3 heats of women, but potentially 4. How many?
Okay, let's check out the Matthew Souza cam. If I can get my arrow over there. Okay, so first
Ladies
heats.
heat 1, or the men start.
Oh no, I don't recognize those. Oh, it's because it's teams.
Yeah, that's ladies heat 1, I believe.
So ladies heat 1 will go, then ladies heat 2 will go, then men's heat 1 will go, then men's heat 2 will go, and then it will go back to the ladies final heat and then back to the men's final heat is what we're hearing.
Correct.
Oh my God, I'm digging that hair. You guys like that look?
The pigtails?
The pigtails, but also like
braided pigtails.
Is that what that is? Braided or
goofy puff braided? The ball pigtails?
Segmented. I bet you that's a doter of some sort right there.
No, that's Michelle Basnett.
Oh.
No, that was not. Were you talking about the girl with the pigtail braids?
No, not with the pigtail braids. Go to the right here. I'll show you.
No, I know who he's talking about. He's talking about Michelle.
The girl in the black?
Yeah, the girl in the black. That's not a doter?
The sunglasses? That's Michelle.
Oh, no shit. We're going to get her on the show or what?
Did she ever text you?
No, I don't think so, but my text is starting to end up like, okay, that's a doter right there. That's got to be a doter. Let me see that one, girl on the right in the white. Is that a doter?
Take a pee break.
Yeah, take one, buddy. Is that a doter, JR?
I can't tell who that is.
I would love to see the flip side of JR's camera today. He sounds like he is posted up in Romper. Oh, he has posted up in Romper Room. Jessica Valenzuela, she was given a CEO shirt. Oh, okay, let's listen to this guy. Here we go. Souza, unmute.
All right. Before that one, I'm not saying right. Barbell for the 6-1 squats, any athlete for the finishing the work. So make sure you go touch the chest piece and come back. You're just not moving. All right? Good? All right. Good luck.
Good luck, ladies. Have fun.
Look at Souza's getting comfortable. Even with Souza's saying, good luck, ladies. Get him, Souza. Get him. Let's watch their walk path. Walk with this team before you get kicked out from one of the other teams. Let's check it out. Get him, Souza. Uh-oh. Oh, you got cock blocked. Is that security? Nope. Just side pass her. Nice. Go, Souza. Go.
The key is just to act like you belong where you're going and you're good. Just keep walking, no eye contact.
Even though you're holding a stick with a camera on it.
Right.
Go, Souza.
Nice
go.
hoodie.
Oh.
Hey, that was a crash hoodie. Nice.
Yeah.
Look at Souza's got stopped. Oh, Souza, follow that guy. Go, Souza. Go.
Follow the fire guy.
Yeah.
Nice sweatshirt, dude.
Do it. Go in the tunnel, Susan. Go in the tunnel.
Keep going, man. Keep going, man. Thank you.
Keep going. Yeah, Susan. Nice. Oh my God.
The slide back there. Thank you.
Well done, Susan. Oh, hey, Susan, is that VIP area? What's going on back there? What's to your left behind those barriers? Oh, show us Heidi. Show us Heidi. Show us Heidi.
Right behind that red backpack, I think.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it. Yeah, Heidi. Yeah. The non-elite athletes are really going to have an issue with this, huh, JR? Huh, John? Like, real issue with this.
I think if their team doesn't have a strategy, and for a lot of them, probably like, hey, let's just eat some front squat penalties just so we can get another break, then yeah, I think a lot of them are probably going to blow up. But I mean,
like, we might see time. No one might finish this workout in this heat. This might be all time cap.
I mean, it's hard to say. Let's just say that that really slow athletes need a total of 7 minutes to climb the rope. Let's just call it 7 minutes for the rope climbs. That leaves 13 minutes for the 48, 48, and 48. On paper, it seems like 20 minutes is a very reasonable time cap, but it's just hard to know how long people are going to plan on breaking after their 48s before they restart the rope climbs and the static holds, or like Taylor was saying, how fast they go from the rope climbs to the 48. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's tough to know.
I think in this heat, they would be smart to have planned breaks for the front squats, not just to go off field, but like, we're going to break and eat that penalty, planned penalty breaks. I think if people plan those out.
So there's a girl holding the front rack, second, maybe third lane from.
Susan, can you film the event, not the crowd, buddy?
And she's not allowed to rest on her shoulders, correct?
It looks like the bar's on the shoulders.
It does.
Matt, Susan, can you spin your camera around, Matt?
Sevan, they just kicked him out.
Oh, they did?
So the blonde.
How do you know that?
On Heidi.
He just put it in the private chat.
Oh.
Is there a live feed for them?
It's not good. It's just a big lock.
So that girl just changed from the hang to the front rack. That's a pure front rack. The bar is on the shoulders in both of those lanes.
And you're not.
So you can do that. So she is resting on the shoulder. We thought you couldn't do that.
If they're allowed to do that, then that may be the smartest place to hold.
Agreed.
Yeah,
front rack position, if so.
You can hold it with one finger on the bar.
Hey,
I mean, if you're allowed, is there a designation for them not to be able to do this?
You would think after Guido said that he didn't like some people were doing the front squats in the 21-15-9 like that, then you would think maybe they have to.
I mean, if there's not, everybody should be doing this.
I'm sure I would think they're not allowed to do that. Some are still holding in the hang, so you got some people in the hang.
Oh, Sousa's still got a good spot. Look at Sousa's still. Oh, he didn't get. Well, if he got kicked out, he moved to even a better spot.
Where is the broadcast at? Is there an actual broadcast, or are you just watching Bayside POV?
Just through Heidi. We're watching Heidi's.
Bayside POV. There's just that Bayside POV, Taylor. Hey, so here's just to clarify, JR, you're saying that you think that it's reasonable that all three athletes do 30 rope climbs, 10 apiece in 7 minutes.
Yeah.
My 30 for time is like 7 minutes.
Yeah, for sure.
God, I just can't see that with this first group.
Like cumulative time. I was just saying, I mean.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. I think 2 minutes each, like 5 a minute is too fast. And then you need to build in some rest as they go. So maybe 8 minutes then. Like by the time the last person goes, maybe they're only doing 3 a minute. I mean, I would not think they ever got to that point.
And they're not going very high either.
4 climbs a minute. That's not a breakneck pace at all.
No, not at all. But yeah, again, I don't,
They're not going very high at all. What is that? 15, 13?
Yeah, they're going to 15.
God, I would have liked to have seen fewer rope climbs and seen them go higher.
And most of them can do 2 pulls on that as well.
Well, that
Unless you
dolomer,
find
the dolomer underneath them is, I would say, 2 inches thick at the most. It's not like the big Rogue pads. So I would say for safety reasons, they're not going to go any higher than 15.
Yeah, good point. Good point. So do they only show heat 3, no heat 1 and 2 for both men and women on the live stream if it starts? No, they're showing it. I'll show you the shot here really quick if you want to see it. They just have a locked off shot.
Kettlebells or dumbbells.
I'll even put a link. So this is their shot. And then they're probably bringing in the big heavyweight cameras and the commentary very soon. Here's a link if you want to see their locked off shot.
So we can't see.
Can you put it on one of Suze's or Heidi's?
During that static hold, it looked like no athlete chose to hold kettlebells, but I mean, we couldn't see the whole floor. All we could see is people static holding barbells. I think I saw a dumbbell in one of the lanes.
I'm looking to see if there's an elite stream. I don't see one.
It looks like at least they're doing them though the same way the elite teams last night were doing the synchronized squat snatch and squat clean, where they're all facing the stands. So they're just in a line of 3, and you're basically just maybe waiting on you're just all watching the judge, or maybe you have the kettlebell person say, "Hey, I'm going to yell when I get to the top of the rep." Like, I don't know. That's going to be tough with 3 people.
Dear Sevan, would you like me to come on with my cereal or come on in 10 minutes? God, you're so thoughtful. So thoughtful.
Well, I didn't know which one you prefer, so I was.
It's your reputation, buddy. I want you to do whatever. This is your platform to present the world as you want to be seen. You do you.
Cocoa Pebbles or.
What's that, JR?
Only slightly inferior to Fruity Pebbles, but still.
I thought you were going to say like a healthy thing.
JR, you really eat? JR, you eat Fruity Pebbles?
No, but if I'm going to eat cereal, that's the kind I will eat. I would eat.
Yeah.
Only because it's rice. Only because it's rice. It's rice based, and I can't eat anything like oat based.
I thought you were going to go on.
Like he gets the Hershey squirts.
A health rant at me, JR.
No,
inferior to Fruity Pebbles.
Is that really true? Oat makes you shit your pants?
Yeah, I don't eat chicken, pork, oats.
As far as the broadcast goes, these guys have already been going. I mean, I don't know how Sean's doing it. They just can't do every single event and can't know every single athlete. People are so fucking critical of these guys. If every heat has 120, how many athletes are out there right now? 90? 50?
So that's something I was wondering too. If you guys could look, I know it's tough to see. I was wondering on like the dumbbell hang cleans, if they were allowed to go in between the legs, and you saw some people doing that. Like,
I'm sure. Why
yeah.
Why would they make that any? Like, I don't see any clear advantage to that. Do you guys?
Oh, that girl's struggling with those dumbbells right there.
I think it's a little bit more hinge intensive to do that versus grip intensive to put them at your side. But I mean, in a workout like this, I don't think it's
negligent.
I don't think the low back is going to take. I mean, there's a little bit of low back and all the static stuff, but.
Heidi, is there a clock out there on the floor?
There is, but it's facing the athletes, so I'm not able to see it.
Okay. Have you seen anyone just standing under the rope looking up at it yet?
Not yet. It seems like they're rotating pretty regularly, and it seems like they're not having a problem with it at all. So.
Okay. Have you seen any team? Hey, look at that lane. Look at that lane. Looks like maybe the 4th or 5th over. She's bending your knees at the hang. Are you allowed to bend your knees and rest the bar on your legs like that?
And leaning back, that girl leaning back.
Yeah, like she's.
They're talking to her right now.
Okay.
Yeah, some teams are holding the bar down on their knees. and dancing. It looks like.
Well, there you go. Someone just switched to Jeannie right there, John. The blonde. She just switched to Jeannie. You can see her elbows now.
Well, then
What's that mean?
everybody should have started that way and never done anything different.
Right.
And they are all dumb for not doing that.
It looks, yeah, if that's allowed, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't do it. Now
and that leaning back thing, I'm okay with that
just
too.
let go of it too.
You are okay with that? You know how much
Yeah,
easier. I mean, it's so much easier, like on a max D-ball or sandbag hold, to bend your knees and let it rest on the lap like that versus locking your knees out.
Yeah, it's cheating, Sevan.
I'm just saying for the refs, for the judging, just basically the bar has to stay off the ground. Do what you want. Do what you want. Bounce that shit on your head.
Sit into a squat then with it on my hips.
And just like in cantilever and just balance it.
Because that would be
'cause then
retarded.
You're not doing anything then.
Except for holding a squat with extra weight on your body.
There's
No,
the
no,
first.
no. You're not seeing what I'm saying. Like it's in your hips, so it doesn't. You don't feel anything.
Oh, you still
I
feel
think
it.
you would feel that.
Like if you're sitting like all the way down into a squat, all the way down, you're not like holding a parallel position. You know what I mean? I'm saying it would save the most grip. You're not doing anything. You're just down.
Go ahead, Jer.
So we're seeing the first like 3 teams here do some front squat penalties that we've seen so far. You can see a team in the very far lane doing some shoulder to overhead. So there looks to be some of the people in the lead in this heat. But yeah, that's the first time I've seen anyone do any penalties in the first 3 teams here in these lanes that we can see. We're all doing penalty front squats.
Hey, so then you have to yell at your person who's on the rope and all of that sound and noise that's out there on the floor and tell them to get off the rope and come out and do the penalty?
Yeah.
Yep. Maybe the judge is standing with their back to the ocean so they can see the static hold people and they can see the rope climber. So they'll just put the hand in the air or something and it cues everyone to drop their implement. I don't know.
I bet we see a lot more penalties now too.
Yeah, once you've dipped into one, right? Like that girl just dropped. There's just going to be a cascade of them.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet everybody kind of, at least in this heat, will start dying off at the same time.
Yeah, they're in the distance. You can see shoulder to overheads happening, but not from a lot of teams.
I wish we could see a clock. Susie, can Susie, can you see a clock? Okay, so that's a penalty we see there in the front going on?
No, I'm on the back side of the clock, and they only have one. I can't see it.
Okay.
JR, what is the penalty again?
Is it 6 or 5, Taylor? Front squats each time. 6, I believe. Yeah.
And it basically, you get the penalty. If you get the penalty, you want it to be when the person on the rope is at the bottom of the rope. Because I'm assuming if they're climbing up the rope and you get the penalty, that was just a waste for them.
Yeah, that's huge.
You see this team just took a penalty, red shorts. Have they reseeded for today?
Based off of yesterday, I would assume so. Yes.
Well, the seed yesterday was perfect except for one. They had that. They had the Emma McQuaid
Team Go-Wad.
Team Go-Wad in the wrong heat. But other than that, it was pretty damn perfect yesterday. Pretty impressive. And when I say a mistake, like I don't know what their plan is. I just like to see all the best teams. I wanted to see Emma. Who else is on the team? Why can't I remember their names? Who is it? Emma
Dahlstrom and Sola Sigurdardottir.
Sola Sigurdardottir.
Right. Yeah, I want to see those girls in the mix. They won their heat, right?
Yeah, convincingly. They
Both
probably
events?
would have been a couple more spots if they were in the top heat just because you got somebody to chase. You're always faster when you have a rabbit than whenever you're in front.
Oh, that's awesome. You got busted by the big dog, Souza. That's awesome.
Did Dylan just kick him out?
No, he still let him. Dylan's awesome. Look, Dylan gave him a better spot. He gave him a better spot than he had. Dude, I'm telling you, this event is so good to us. So good to us. And they didn't even pay me $20 or give me free coffee to say it. Hey, they could charge us. Like Dylan could have been like, "Hey, if you're going to be here, give me $1,000."
You think the live stream will go live on the second heat?
Yeah, I have to assume that they're Chase and Bill are warming up their vocal cords.
How many teams are out there right now? It looks like 10 to
1,
12.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's what I count from looking at their stream.
That would mean 4.
Maybe
heats.
12. Maybe 12. Maybe 12.
14.
Okay, so 3 heats then. That's good. It's good that this isn't 4 heats. I got 12 from Sevan. I got 13 from Heidi, and Caleb just said 14.
Yeah, I got 10, 12, and 13 are my counts. But if I had to bet money, I'd go with Caleb. So Barry McCockner. So Heat 3 will only be for Sean and Chase.
Maybe Heat 2.
Yeah, I'm guessing maybe the Heat 2 also. This is the elite. This is the elite, but it's the ass end of the spectrum. It's the athletes who are
What are the chances that
likely to win?
What are the chances that Barry McCockner is actually Lucas Parker?
Barry McCockner himself, I don't think that he just changed his avatar to that like 2 days ago. I noticed it.
It would be awesome.
Barry McCockner himself, I need you to take care of this other guy in the chat. This Damian Castro keeps talking shit to me, man. Take care
Barry
of him.
McCockner didn't have avatar.
Yeah.
And then somebody called him out for it, and then he finally got one.
Yeah. I would assume that Chase and Sean come on for the 2 final heats of Elite. I don't think they would come on for Heat 2 and then go back off for Men's Heat 1 and then come back on for Men's Heat 2 just to stay on for the finals.
Oh, you're thinking smart. You're thinking smart.
What do you?
These nuts I'm eating are they're bringing me some life.
He's basically saying they're coming on for 2 in a row. They're not like us where they're going to come on for 15 minutes, leave for 15 minutes, come back on for 15 minutes. When they come on, they're coming on.
I don't know. They need time to go to different events.
To warm their voices up.
Were you going to ask what I was eating, JR?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
These
eating
nuts.
some cashews, even though they give me the shits. Some almonds, some blueberries, and some dates.
Have any teams pulled out since yesterday? Did we have any besides we had the Mayhem team pull out, right? Mayhem's gone. We got let's see. Maybe I can send let's see what's going on with those guys. Let's see what's going on with those guys. Let's see if we have a
Do we have any update on Sam?
Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna see if we can get Sam on, find out what happened. Okay, is that? Okay. Here we go. This is from Samuel Cornvaier's Instagram. Thank you, Caleb. I hurt my bicep, and it's not worth it to keep competing and make it worse with the season kicking off soon. I got big plans for the 2023 season, and I want to be 100%. Thank you to my bros, Tyler Christofal and Rich Froning, for the support in that decision. Sorry, fans. We are not going to be able to give you the show you guys wanted and deserved.
Because he's planning on doing individual this year, yeah?
Dear Samuel, I forgive you, but only if you call into the show and help the ratings. Your friend, Sevan.
Rich and Sam backed out of me and JR's 100 pegboard for time challenge.
No shit. Pussies.
We can't say that they backed out of it.
Did they say they were going to do it first?
Exactly. No.
I sent Sam
details.
Listen to me. I sent Sam a DM and he's like, yeah, we'll think about it. Blah, 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 blah. They never did it. That means they thought about it. We're like, we can't beat them. We're not going to do it.
Yes.
That's the thought process that went out there.
Hey, let me tell you
100%.
something. He's not doing 100 pegboards anytime soon if he tweaked his bicep. Oh, David Montague. There's a group of people in here who just want to tussle with you. Just tussle. Taylor. David
This-
Montague, no one cares what you're eating.
Get in your mom's box.
Damn.
Taylor, do you want to do a race to a 405 clean challenge with me?
Just saw a couple no reps on thrusters.
So no reps for the penalty thrusters.
Well, no, the penalties are front squats.
No,
The
John.
thrusters are the last movement.
Okay.
That's the only thing I got.
Oh my goodness.
rub it in
Hey,
when I
there
can.
was some bad communication right there. The two girls in the front did an extra thruster while the girl in the back set it down. She fucked her teammates. Right? If you're going to put it down, you got to tell everyone.
She just front squatted and then didn't advance it overhead.
Yeah. God.
We want Susan to stay here for the next heat, yeah?
Sure. Yeah, I'd love it. This is a great shot. Hey, you know what's crazy too is at the CrossFit Games, you will see teams start fighting with each other. I mean, full blown, just screaming at each other out in the field. It's so good. I haven't
Souza,
seen
so
any
you're
of
gonna
that
stay.
here.
We want you to stay in that spot through the female final heat. So if you have to take a shit, just poop in your hand and throw it in the ocean.
Hey, what does that mean? So someone's saying send Paige Powers a link. Is she on one of the teams? No. Is she on one of the teams?
No, she's not.
No, but she's mayhem. So maybe if you want any updates on Sam.
Ah, okay. Who's Elmer Fudd? Sometimes people call me Elmer Fudd because of the hat I wear. Yo, Elmer Fudd.
He's the guy who tries to shoot Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Is he talking to me?
Yeah, I know who he is. I'm trying to figure out who's getting ripped on here. Yeah, thank you, Caleb. Yeah, I know. I said. No, that was Yosemite Sam says that does this.
No,
thing.
that was the big,
No, that's right.
pigeon.
That's the chicken or the rooster.
Foghorn Leghorn.
Oh yes,
rooster.
thank you.
I'll say, boy.
But I want to know who Elmer Fudd is in the group. He's talking shit to one of us. I hope it's
He's
me.
talking shit to me for sure. Look
I
at
have
that
a red
face.
hat somewhere.
Yo, Elmer Fudd, stay in your lane.
Oh my goodness. Taylor now steals luggage and is a hunter. Yes, he does it all. He's a man. He's a Renaissance man. Renaissance.
That's what I'm gonna be for Halloween next year.
Elmer or the nuclear guy who takes care of nuclear waste.
Nuclear waste, bro.
You will win the crash costume contest for sure.
Oh, here we go, Ryan. Thank you. Be very quiet. Thank you. God, Taylor's so not Elmer Fudd. Are you fucking kidding me? I just see a guy, dude. He looks like he runs like he's in a prison cell and runs the white supremacist side of the fucking prison. Are you fucking kidding me?
Thanks.
That's all I see when I look at you. I just see like some guy from a movie. You should be in a movie with like William Dafoe, prison movie.
I've been to prison.
You die somewhere in that movie, by the way.
Like he should have been Ed Norton in American History
Yes,
X.
or he should have. Yeah. He should have been the guy who jumps Ed Norton in American History X.
Listen, comments. I don't say something if I can't do it. I said I could do Fran Unbroken, and I put up a video within 3 days. Okay. As soon as I go to the gym, I'll get it done.
What was your time on that, John?
Oh, dude.
It was 2:29. But I did 23 pull-ups and 22 thrusters on the first one. So,
hey, that girl, Lori, that was Lori. That was that Stallwood girl is in that heat. I just saw her. Was that her?
Caleb, look up Dr. Eggman. My
Not-
friend,
not
they're
as
saying
fast
this in the
as
comments.
yours, Jack,
My
if
friend
that's what
Jake
you were
sent this to
asking.
me the other day.
No, that's
So
I
funny.
think that's fast.
Dr.
Okay.
Robotnik.
I promise you things will get better. We are day 2, the final day of the team competition. We're waiting for the big guns to come out. Why don't we go over? Wow.
Jeez.
Wow, that kind of nails you if you were fat as shit. Wow. Where's
Who is
that
this?
guy from?
I don't know who that is.
Sonic
the Hedgehog.
Oh.
Oh my God, I can't stand that movie. My kids like that movie. That movie plays in my house every once in a while. I'll break my TV. Can we see the leaderboard one more time? Give these guys a little something besides just ripping on Taylor. I know you guys enjoy us just bashing Taylor for 20 minutes straight.
I enjoy it too. My shit is like lagging.
You look at us. You're not broken up. You got a good stream with us. So we are. We have one more women's heat. And then we have one more women's heat, and then we have 2 men's heats, and then we will come back to finally get the best of the best. I'm starting to think that maybe we should log out at this point, give ourselves a 30-minute break, right? Isn't that what's going to go on here, Taylor and John?
They're ass heats until the good heat.
Yeah, we have 3 more ass heats. We basically have another hour of ass heats.
Correct. Yeah, I'm down to come on when the elite people come on.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So let's just go over this one more time. These are the 5 teams that we're most interested in. They have all the big names. It's basically 15 superstar CrossFit Games athletes. Then we cruise over, and it's a close race. First and second place is 360 and 355. It's going to be a great day once we get going. After this event, there'll be one more event, and then we will have cuts. So I think then as we get closer to the end of the day, things will really start to pick up. And then if we can cruise over and look at the men's top 5, the men, we have the Patrick Vellner, Fikowski, and Jeffrey Adler team warring with Travis Mayer, Noah Olson, and Chandler Smith. That's also going to be a great competition. But we are an hour away before any of that even comes close to happening. Oh, sorry if I missed this, but did BKG really row? Okay, we'll finish with that. Let's open up. Let's look at the scores for the BK.
There's 6. They got 6th place in that event.
So yesterday there was a BKG got on the Bjorgvin. Carl Goodmanson got on the rower, and he rode theoretically, I think, 240 meters in 17 seconds or something. And it wasn't his fault. The referee put up his hand. He got on the rower. Referee put up his hand, the judge, and he got off when he was supposed to. And the time was 9:55 when they finished that event. So it looks like since yesterday, they have added 22 seconds to his time. So somehow they were penalized and given a more realistic row time. And so they were, if I'm reading this correctly, they took first in that event yesterday, but with the penalty time, they're now 6th. Is that correct, Caleb? Am I reading that right?
Correct.
Even with that, you said they were 9:55.
Yeah, I think they were 9:55 if I remember yesterday.
BKG got off the rower in 17 seconds. So if they gave them this time right here, that would mean he got off the rower in 39 seconds,
which is still crazy fast.
That's so just to give you that perspective, that's still faster than everybody else. Travis Mayer was 46 seconds, Roman was 47 seconds, Pat Vellner was 47 seconds, and they're saying he got off in 39 seconds. So it's still they should be lower than this. They got done a favor with this time.
Okay, and don't take my word on it. Maybe it was 9:51.
That would make more sense.
Will they follow the same heat order, female, female, male, 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 female, for the lifting event, or is that only for the final event? For this, that is how they're doing it for this next event. You're right. So we have to watch 1 more female and 2 more male. Is when he says the lifting event, is this the lifting event, or is there an actual?
I assume it'll
There's
be like
a lifting
this.
event after this.
Okay.
I assume it'll be like this for the whole entire day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they didn't. How did they come up with the penalty? Well, from just listening to John talk, basically they took the fastest time, split time, and they gave it to him. It was 9:55. Oh, okay, Nick. All right. So I don't know exactly, but I do know. I'm very confident in saying that it wasn't BK's fault, Bjorgvin Carl Goodmanson's fault, or the venue's fault. I'm pretty confident in saying that it was a malfunction on the rower somehow. This event isn't even on Lawn Chair leaderboard. Any idea why?
It's called Event 8. Question mark. He put it in there before we knew what it was. So it's listed as the last event, but it's event 5.
Guys, as we sign off here, I just want to make sure that you know that this would not be possible without California Hormones. They are the sponsor that has bought me, and it's not possible without Paper Street Coffee, who is at the venue, who's made a really cool booth that supports the Sevan Podcast. If you live in California and you go to cahormones.com, you can sign up and get free blood work and a free doctor's consultation and find out if your testosterone levels are low and see what you can do about it. If you don't live in California, you can have your insurance pay for the blood work, and then you can get the free doctor's consultation over at cahormones.com. If you're wondering how that's going and what it's like for people who are on California hormones, who've taken that journey, you can check out Andrew Hiller's Testosterone Tuesdays. He's documenting it on his YouTube station, and you can watch the Sevan Podcast, because regularly we will have and do have guests on who have started treatment with California hormones. You can find out if it's something you want to do. All right, Caleb, John Young, Mr. Beaver, Matt Souza, Heidi Kroon, Will Plummer, J.R. Howell, and all of you. We will see you guys in 1 hour.